Okay, I was so eager to make this video, and I just heard back from his mom, and it's like 10:20 at night. I'm in my robe, I have no makeup on, and I was like, I have to make this video right now. I was like on pins and needles waiting for her to give me permission to post about it. So I did a session with a cat named Capone, and he was in spirit, and he died in a house fire. And I was nervous to do the session. I knew going in that's how he died. And he said, my death was peaceful. I went to sleep. I wasn't afraid. And I said, but how could you not be afraid with what was going on? He said, because I had made peace with my journey. It had reached completion. I closed my eyes and let the fire take me. And I said, but why? He said, you will keep asking why, despite the many times I will explain. I don't think you will reach a point of understanding. An animal's body can feel fear, pain, anxiety, worry, sadness. A body can react to those things and feel them. A spirit can't. A spirit cannot attach to the negative, only a body can. A spirit is in a state of constant peace despite what the body is experiencing. So when you are afraid, when you experience pain, trauma, those sorts of things, your body feels them. Your spirit remains at peace. You, the majority of you, cannot connect with your spirit, especially and most importantly in times of great upset. You are body heavy. You feel. You have your senses. You taste, you see, you feel. You have a myriad of emotions. You feel both mentally and physically. Your spirit is like the race car driver, using a remote control to drive a car. If the toy car crashes into the wall, it doesn't matter. It is the toy the child was playing with, not the child itself. You do not realize and cannot connect to the fact that you are the remote control driver and not the toy car itself. If you were able to realize and understand that you are not the car, then you know what happens to the car doesn't matter. If it crashes into the wall, it just means the game is over. You just get a new car and play again. I was not the cat that died in the fire. I was and am the spirit, the soul, who was controlling the car. In that sense, it doesn't matter what happened to me. I am not the car. Does that make sense? And I said, it does. And I do understand. I was like, people think I don't, but I do. I said, it just doesn't make it any easier. He said, no, it doesn't, because an animal's body still feels things, and you see that. You can't fathom that this is a game, a playground, not real. None of this is real. It has been created to seem real, feel real in every sense, but it's not real. We are supposed to be the toy cars here, not connected to the truth that the spirit is just controlling them, us, and we're not real. We're not real here. None of this is real. It's like a movie that continues, a movie spanning the depths of time. Abraham Lincoln, Jesus Christ, Moses, Gandhi, Alfred Hitchcock, Winston Churchill, all characters. Don't know where that list came from. He said, you are a character. I was a character. Capone was, and the movie continues. We are the actors, not the people playing them. Meaning, we are the spirits, not the bodies our roles are played in. You asked if I was afraid, and I was not. You didn't understand how. It is because I knew that I was just a character in a movie that isn't real. It is like a dream, in the simplest sense. If you are dreaming and you realize in the dream that you are dreaming, you know nothing can hurt you. You know it's not real. Whatever happens, you wake up. It was just a dream, or a nightmare, depending. Death is waking up from the dream. So however you die is just the way in which you wake up. See that it was a dream. And then he was like, I think we should move on. Like, my mom has other questions. So the next question his mom wanted me to ask was, did you suffer? He said, no pain came to me, nor fear, nor upset. Quite the opposite. I felt at peace, like I said. And it is hard for you to look at it that way because humans are so attached to their bodies and so disconnected from their spirits. Not all, but most. And yes, before you ask, it is supposed to be that way. Look at method actors. I spoke to you about how this place isn't real. This is all a movie. Everyone is playing a role. You are what I would refer to as method acting, completely embodied to the role. You don't go home at the end of the day and are your regular self. You are the role, through and through. You don't even know you're acting. If everyone was able to truly connect to the fact that they are not their body, that this isn't real, that they are just the actor, the toy car, then the purpose of this place and everything here would be pointless. You are supposed to be fully embodied here. You are the role. Now, what popped into my head was a Twilight Zone episode called A World of Difference, and I'm going to explain that at the end because it ties into what he's saying. He said, my mom and family picture me scared, helpless, suffering and in pain, alone, terrified, confused, misplaced. That is how you see me, meaning me. That is how anyone would see me having the ending that I did. And to tell you it was the opposite is a hard pill to swallow. You don't remember dying as many times as you have. People who have had near-death experiences know. Most people don't. Most people who have had near-death experiences aren't afraid to die because they know. Now, I just want to touch on the Twilight Zone episode. So the Twilight Zone episode is about this businessman named Arthur Curtis, and he goes to his office. He's planning a vacation with his wife. He talks to his secretary, and then he picks up his phone and it's not working, and he hears someone yell "cut," and then he like looks up, and his like office is on a sound stage, and there's cameras pointed at him and like movie crew, and he is told that that he is actually Gerald Reagan, and Arthur Curtis is just a character that he's playing in a movie, and he is this like alcoholic, declining career, crazy ex-wife, and he's like trying to find his house. He's like, I'm Arthur Curtis, like I have a wife, and he's trying to call his parents and they don't know who he is, and it's just like this whole thing. And so his agent thinks he's having a nervous breakdown, and he shows him the script that says The Private World of Arthur Curtis, and he tells him like, this movie is now being canceled because you're basically having a nervous breakdown. And you know, so he and that the set's being dismantled. So he rushes back, and the set's being dismantled, and it was like, please don't leave me here. I'm Arthur Curtis. Like, please don't leave me here. And then he looks up, and his office it's back to his office. His secretary comes in, brings him the plane tickets. His wife shows up. He's like, we got to go now. Like, he hears in like echoes of the people dismantling the set, and he looks at his wife. He's like, we got to go now. And so they leave and go to the airport. And so the reason why I thought it was so interesting that Twilight Zone episode, like that Capone sort of put that in my mind, is because we're Arthur Curtis, basically. We are not aware that we're basically like an actor playing a role on a movie set. And in this episode, this guy came out of it and like was like, what is going on? Like, all of that stuff. Sorry, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But oh my God, I thought that was so interesting. And the analogy about how like with the toy car and the child that's the remote, using the remote control to drive it. Like, I thought that was just a lot. I thought it was really cool. So I wanted to post about that just because, again, it was just, it was, I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm rambling. I'm going to go to bed, but I wanted to post this, and that's all.